Okay, let me see. Okay, just wanted to share a few of my thoughts. If you have ever dealt with drug addicts or you have been around people who are addicted to drugs, the only thing that they care about is drugs, basically. You can try to give them advice and try to tell them so many things that don't make any sense for them. All they care about is having drugs. And that's the same problem with human addiction. Like when you're addicted to certain things, whether it's attention, whether it's drugs, whether it's entertainment, whatever you want to call it, it's like it takes hold of your life and controls everything, your thoughts and your emotions and your desires. So whatever is mentioned or whatever is said that actually goes against that, people don't like it. And this is how we end up forming a war that prevents us from listening to or paying attention to what is important. So, in that regard, I think before anything new that can ever get to you, you would have to overcome your addiction. And one of the things is to win yourself or to starve yourself from that. One of the ways to avoid distractions of everyday life is like staying away from electronics because they are quite addictive. Staying away from busy environments, just going in nature and relaxing and just meditating or whatever. It helps you to focus. Then I wanted to talk about like how what you call it, how we prevent ourselves from seeing what is real. We don't want to consider something to be truthful because if something is truthful, it creates this fear or awakens this deep fear, these deep-seated fears that are in us because it means like you have to act. So what I've seen with most people is that they try to find ways to avoid accepting something as the truth. So they try to theorize, they try to go around so many ways. So something very simple can become so complicated uh, to such an extent that most people are convinced that there is not such thing as truth. And this is one of the things that prevents people from accepting something which is actually affecting them in reality. So even though there are signs in life, there are warnings in life and everything, people don't pay attention because of that. Because basically, when you live in a world where there is no truth or you don't believe there is truth, then it means you don't have to act on anything. And the other thing is like what most people are afraid of is being changed. So I've watched in debates, like you see someone who has something new to share, and he's being debated by people who is supposed to try to pass a certain message to them. So you're trying to change the way people see reality or the way people look at things, and they're also trying to change you. So they will bring you down to their level, and then they beat you with your experience, with their experience. So in the end, people are just uh, dissatisfied. They are either pissed or they just retain their prejudices. It's not, nothing changes after that. And this is the case in today's world. So whatever new ideas, whatever any new information that can be very helpful, people are trying to avoid it by doing that. That's why you see like there's an urge for people to debate, especially in things that they have no understanding. It's based on deep-rooted fear because one of the things that people are afraid of the most is the idea of who they are will be changed. And that idea is actually created on falsehood. The reason why I say it's falsehood is when it comes to what we identify with, it's basically our thinking. 99% of our minds, our thinking mind, is actually influenced by external forces or external conditions. Your family, your education, your religious beliefs, the environment, the news you watch, everything is conditioned in your mind, your subconscious mind. And information that comes to the conscious mind is actually coming from that. So, however you interpret reality, however you look at things, is highly determined by that. And this is also what influences the general outlook in life. So if people don't want that to be changed, they are not going to accept it very easily. And change is known to create chaos. Change is known to create a great discomfort, and this is why people don't like it. So at the end of the day, you find people become stubborn, and they try to find a reinforcement of their beliefs. So they will associate with people who believe in the same things that they do, or they will try to associate with people who agree with them. So in the end of the day, it's like nobody actually goes anywhere. But what I'm trying to say is, some things, it's good to consider that they might be true. And even though it's going to make you uncomfortable, it will actually help you to either prepare or make a step in life that is going to change your life direction. So instead of reinforcing your beliefs, basically challenge them, and try to listen to what is out there, especially something you feel conflicted to listen to, whether it's a religious belief or whatever. You should pay attention to it and ask yourself, why am I against this idea, or why am I against? How can words basically harm anybody? And I think that's where the change really begins. But the most fundamental change, of course, well, ideas appeal to the what is in the mind, but truth appeals to what is in the heart. So if there is a movement from the heart, that's what changes a person inside out. Otherwise, if we are changed by the environment, we just become whatever the environment wants us to be. We believe in whatever environments want us to believe, and we can switch from one religion to the other, but it doesn't make any difference. It's only that whatever we are going to believe, we'll still fight the previous beliefs, trying to reinforce now the new one. And this is why people you find everywhere, they try to find people who support their beliefs so that they can be able to feel comfortable in their own illusions. With that, I would like just to end this one. It's not a long video, but yeah, if you want to engage, you can always reach me out, and bye bye.